Hello, friends, and welcome to Virtual Logos. In Logos, we do four things. We study the Bible to see what God has to say to us on this day. We study some worship arts, learn new skills that we might better praise God. We also think about what it means to sit down at a dinner table, enjoy food and family time, and wonder how we can grow closer together as children of God. And also, we think about some fun ways to get excited about living our faith in recreation. I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you don't just watch it and forget about it, but apply the things that we talk about throughout your week. Who is your neighbor? Is it the person that lives on the left or the right side of you? The person that lives behind or in front of you? Are your neighbors the people that live in your neighborhood, on your street, maybe on your side of town? What do you think of when you think of a neighbor? There was a very smart man, a lawyer, who asked Jesus this question: "Who is my neighbor?" Jesus sensed that this man thought too small when he thought about who his neighbor was. So Jesus told a story. He told a story about a man who had been beaten up and hurt. He was left alone on the side of a street. Two men walked by him, right by him, without helping at all. But then there was a third man. Jesus says he was a Samaritan. And you have to know that at the time, people were suspicious of Samaritans. Jews like Jesus and Samaritans just didn't get along with one another. But this Samaritan did something amazing for the hurt man. He was moved with compassion, with pity. He wanted to help. And so what he did was he lifted the man onto his animal and brought him to an inn. And there he cared for him all night long, made sure that all of his cuts and scrapes were well taken care of, that they might heal well. And also, he made sure that everything was paid for him at the inn. Jesus said that the neighbor is this Samaritan man. The neighbor is somebody that takes care of people, who is merciful, who cares for others. When I was in middle school, I was hanging out on a street with some people, with some friends. And there was a steep hill. I got on a scooter, and I went to the top of the hill, and I went down. And I went down so fast that I got a little bit shaky. And suddenly, the handlebars of the scooter flew right off, and I went flying into the sky and then down on my hands and knees. I had cuts and scrapes all over my knees and on my hands. My friends, they laughed at me. Now, I'm not mad at them for doing this. It must have been quite a funny sight. But there was a girl named Jill who decided that she was going to help me. She ran over to me when she saw that I was bleeding, and she quickly took me to the nearest house where I was taken care of. I was cleaned up and I got bandages, and then she hung out with me for the rest of the night. Jill was a neighbor to me. She cared for me in that moment. Have you ever been hurt or sad or lonely? Who cared for you? Have you ever seen someone hurt or sad or lonely? What did you do? What can you do? I want you to think about today one person that you know just might be sad or hurt. Reach out to them. Tell them that you're thinking about them, praying for them, that you care for them. And in doing so, you will be a good neighbor, because a neighbor is one who cares a whole lot about others. Jesus said that there are two things that we must do. Number one, love the Lord our God with all our heart, with all our mind, with all our soul, and with all our strength. And number two, love the neighbor as we love ourselves. For worship arts, take a few pieces of paper, maybe pink or red, and cut out some hearts. On one side of the heart, write, "Love God." And on the other side of the heart, write, "Love neighbor." Now here's the fun part. Before you go to bed, go around your house and hide as many of these hearts as you can. You can put them in drawers, you can put them on tables, you can put them in front of your door, you can put them under your pillow, under your parents' pillow. You can put them everywhere in your house. And the idea is this, that in the morning, you're going to wake up, and your family's going to wake up, go around the home, and see this great reminder everywhere, popping out of every place. Love God and love neighbor. Have some fun with this, friends.
And now it's family time. Don't forget to pick a hopper who makes sure everyone is served dinner. Here's the hopper badge. Remember to say a prayer together to give thanks to God.
Dear God, thank you for loving us and always being there for us. Thank you for our food and help us to be a blessing to anyone in need. Amen. During family time, we can share our thoughts and feelings and get to know each other better by taking turns pulling conversation starters from a jar or cup like this. Some are silly and some are serious. Print them out ahead of time and you can have fun talking as a family. And feel free to add some of your own.
What are some ways that you can care for people in need right now?
Going along with the lesson for the week, we discussed and we thought that some simple ideas could be to just call someone, video conference, or just send an old-fashioned message through snail mail.
Also, don't forget to thank the cooks.
Thank you, cooks. Thank you for our food. It's really great we cleaned our plates and now we're feeling good.
Thank you!
Have fun at rec.
See this teddy bear? We've put him up in a windowsill in my son Elias's room. We put him there because we heard that people in our neighborhood are putting up bears or other signs of encouragement so that when our neighbors walk by, they can look in windows and see something encouraging or that will make them happy. It's actually happening all across the country. This week in recreation, maybe you can put something up in your windowsill. A teddy bear like this, a funny picture, a rainbow, a sign of encouragement, something that you know will make your neighbors happy. You can also encourage your neighbors to do the same thing. And if it's safe, you can go out and take a walk with your parents and look in each window of your neighbor's house and see if they too have put up something like a teddy bear, something else encouraging, showing that all your neighbors are united in showing love and care to one another. Have fun. Well, friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember that your neighbor, however you define neighbor, that neighbor is a child of God and deserves to be treated as such. Have a good week. Peace.